Hello, hello. I know I'm a couple of minutes early, but I wanted to get a start because I'm not sure how much work we have. When you join me, please say hello, and sometimes I can see you and sometimes I can't. So this is a decoupage paper that a friend of mine sent me in a mystery box. And we're going to decoupage it on. I've already started. I painted the base an off-white. It should really be, I should really be doing it on here, but I decided I would put Would You Bend on this edge. And right now, this is what I planned. We're going to use some little tiny flowers. I'm not quite sure which ones yet, because we have these and we can add maybe black or gray little pebbles in here. We're also going to use a couple of butterflies, which I thought would brighten it up. And we're going to resin. We're also going to use the contour liner to draw some of these lines. And again, I'm not sure if I'm using the white, the silver, the gold yet. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them on, to type them in. I will try and find out how I can view myself, and it isn't that easy. My videos. I have one video that's private, subscriptions. Let me see, walls, and oops, and there goes. There goes my iPad. Let me just put here walls and more. No, I can't do it. Maybe someone will come on later and tell me how to do it, but as of right now, I can't, so let's get going. We've wasted enough time. I'm using the Pt.1 Decoupage Varnish and Glue, and I'm going to finish applying the rest of the decoupage on here, just so that I can show you how to do it. It's a beautiful image. And I just wanted to show you guys. Oops, I've just lost a flower, I think, but that's okay. It's hard to see when you decoupage where you're putting it. Make sure that all your edges are covered. Just don't like the sound this is making. And I need to find, just add a little bit more. I do want to make sure we don't get bubbles. And I might have a small wrinkle here, but I think it's fine. Just double check it. Now you can also use plastic bag to help you put it all, to push it down, which I always advise everyone to do. Let's put the decoupage away because that's not what I'm going to be using next. Then I just want to sand down the areas. If you notice, I did not put any decoupage on the top just yet, only because I want to be able to sand this down at this point. And then the first edge was done. I did that earlier. Now on the back of this, I found a poem that I really liked that kind of describes this scene. And I'll be printing this up and placing it on here. I am going to use, oh, I don't know how long this is going to take to dry. Let me use the satin. And then I can dry it. Because if I paint or I get this dirty, which more than likely I will, at least this will help me wipe it off. Why is this? It feels like it's not level. Let me get something to put underneath it because that noise is going to drive me nuts as soon as I finish this. I am going to apply the Would You Bend today. And I just hope I have enough. So whilst this is drying, I am going to start doing more and more of my lives on YouTube. So I look forward to having a little bit of a community. I know YouTube is not known for that, but you never know. Now, if you've watched me before, you'll have watched me do Would You Bend? And I'm just praying that I have enough to finish this roll. It's already been used. I broke off a piece just so that I can practice on it. So let me move this out of the way and we'll get back to it in a few minutes. Some of it feels dry. Let me just put some more on just in case. It could be that the wood underneath is absorbing. Everything, although it's been painted. But this picture just spoke to me when I opened up my package and I saw it. And you know that I love doing these kind of crafts. And one of the last ones that I did, it's a little bit more colorful than this. I used actual real dried branches. And this just reminds me of water flowing down a creek and white flowers. So let me move this out. And let's start heating up this. So when you're using wood bend, you receive, they sell many different shapes and rolls. There's thick, there's thin, there's all of these. And you have to unroll the coil or the roll. And you can paint it either before or after you uncoil it. Let me I'm just measuring. Okay, and you can cut it with scissors. Or with a knife. You don't need a saw, you don't need any particular equipment. Let's roll this out and see if I can get another one this size. Why am I using the Duraclear to heat up? I hope you're all doing well. For people that don't know me, my name is Rima Bechara. I love to do glasswork. Let me just measure. I know I can use the other one to measure. But just in case I made a mistake, there's another one. So we need the two edges. Now I am going to be faced with a challenge of how to apply. How to apply the wood you bend, for the simple reason that it's slanted. This is for the sides. Oh, and I do have enough. Let me just... Now you can apply it onto the area you want, and then you can paint it. I'm choosing to paint it first because it's easier for me. And I did want to get a piece of, well, I can always clean up, can't I? It doesn't really matter. Oh, and what I used for the front of the decoupage paper is Duraclear satin varnish. You can use gloss as well. And I'm using my practice piece, my practice brush. And I'm adding, this is just a Master's Touch in permanent black. I'm just going to add some water to it. And I'm going to spray these a little bit because it'll make it so much easier to apply the paint. And when you're doing this, make sure you get into all the little areas because the details are amazing on this. And you could easily miss a part. I also want to make sure I have all this because that might show, and all of the edges covered. Normally I'm not that picky, but because of the angle that I'm placing this, it could show. So I'm just being ultra careful. After you've painted them, go back and check and double check. I don't know why I've got my glove, by the way, on this hand, when it's this hand I need. Sometimes you don't think, because the brush is the only thing that's touching. My the paint. I was saying something and I forgot what it was, but that's okay. I'll remember, I'm sure. Now, after I painted this one, I used the white antique gel by Pentart, the antiquing gel. And then I went over it with a gold, although I'm not really sure gold is what I'm going to be using. It is a wax. I might do silver instead. I'm not sure yet. Or I might do a mixture of both, because the flowers that I'm going to be using have both on there. Almost done. Then we'll dry them. If I'd use the contour liner, which I'm like to do, for the stems of the flowers, I might just not show the resining today because I need to wait for the contour liner to dry. But I can always come back tomorrow, or I can do a separate video. Might as well do this bit as well. There are many designs for the Would You Bend, and there's another project that I'm thinking of doing. That's for Christmas, and it also includes decoupage. And there's a little giveaway, telltale giveaway of how what I'll be using in the short that I posted this morning for removing the backing of the focus board. I might have to repaint. I can see some areas here that are not very well covered. There's some areas that need more paint. Now the wood you bend, you can paint it. You can stain it. You don't even have to paint it if you don't want. You can seal it as well. You can also drill it. If you're placing it on a wall and it's a big piece. And let me just get this to go. I don't want to mess up my picture. But you can see maybe some areas that actually need a little bit more coverage. So I'm going to do that. And let me see. Let me just redo the page. Okay, it's one bit I completely missed. And it's easy to miss areas, but you have to go back and cover them. Oops. All the links for the products, for the wood you bend rather, are in my Etsy shop, and the link for that is in the description below. Just make sure I have everything. Oh, I'm seeing a little bit here. I want these to dry, and then we're going to use the Pentart antiquing gel. I don't know why they're sticking together, so I'm going to take another few seconds to just dry these. Whilst I'm waiting for these to dry, I'm going to move them to the side. And we're going to look at, hopefully if it's dry enough, we're going to look at the flowers. And the placement, and which flowers actually. Now we have these small ones. I'm going to turn this aside. I have these tiny ones, and they do have gold on them. And then I have these larger ones. Or, as I said, we do have these. And these can have a rhinestone put inside. But I'm not quite sure which ones I want to do. But I know for sure that the small flowers They're going to go here and here. And I'll come back and glue them. I'm just trying to see how they would look. And this is relatively dry as well. Oops, that's the one. I think I'm going to use these. They look quite cute. Yeah, I think I'll use these. Now let me just get, I have a, oops, it's not what I wanted. I wanted, I'll use this rhinestone, Aleene's rhinestone adhesive. And let me just make sure that I have a hole. Yeah. Because sometimes they dry up on you. My hand is quite dirty from touching that silly paint tube. And the reason I'm cleaning is because I don't want anything to go on my No, Betty, I can't see comments. I'm sorry. Oops. I think maybe I'll put this one here. I just got your message. I don't think I put enough. I need a little bit more. So I'm just trying to see the best placement for these flowers. And I think I want a small one here. Betty, if there's something that I can help with, please message me because I cannot see comments. Let's put some here. Not there. And then we'll put some more. Oh, this is another one. It doesn't have anything. It's not one I want. So what do you think of my project's idea? Oops. Why is that doing it? It doesn't want to go down. Let me just make sure I don't have anything falling down. And this is what... So I might add a little bit more, even in areas where oops, that's a big one. Let me just see how that's going to look. And I think I might not put any, oh, maybe we need one here. I'm going to put one here. No, it doesn't look good. Unless I put this one here and this bigger one here. Yeah, I think I might do that. Oops. Oops is my famous word. It would be nice to have a few more climbing up. Maybe I'll put another one here and here. And I think that's should be enough for the time being. I also have 3 butterflies. I can use more. And let's see where we can put these. I want to keep it very monochromatic. One would be nice here, here. I don't know. I like one on the branch and one flying. Maybe on here. They'll show up better on the black. So I'm wondering if it's best to put them there. Maybe I should add, well, Betty, there isn't any TV in the background. I don't know what you're hearing, but there's no TV. I don't know whether to add more. Like this side might need a little bit more. Let me see if I can find where I put them. Yep. There's this one. And there's this one. This one is more goldy. I don't think I want this one. And I think 5 might be too many. I think 3 is enough. So I'm just going to put them where, oops. Here we go again with my oops. If I feel I need more, I can always add some more before we resin it. So this is how it's going to look. I don't know that this will be the gold that I use, but the hard part will be figuring out what I'm doing here. Let me finish painting them, and I'll wait for these. Hopefully these are dry. They're still a bit sticky. I also thought of adding on these branches, but I don't feel like they really go, so maybe we'll just leave it at that. The first thing I did was used the antiquing gel, and that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm bringing... Oh, thank you, Betty. I feel like this gold is a bit heavy, and it's probably not as bright as the pigment, but I do want to use wax, and definitely white. So let me just try this again, because just want to make sure that this is dry. It's not. Let me try it again. They're not dry. This one's not too bad, so let's try this one. I'm using the Pt.1 antiquing gel, and I'm just going to wipe this all over. And then I'm going to wipe back. You can remove as little or as much as you want. Before we put on, I'm still thinking about silver possibly, or maybe both. Trying to make sure that I have everything as covered as I can possibly make it. I'm wiping away. I'm just cleaning off just a little bit of the black, because that's where the silver or gold is going to go. There's one that we can leave to dry. Oops. Just remove this. Let's try this one. This one is a little bit wetter than the other one, but I'm going to go all the way through. I was a bit nervous, that's why I was testing the first one out. So I hope this will be a project that inspires you. And you don't have to be able to draw or paint. Okay, you like silver? Okay, we'll do silver. We'll do what Betty wants. And I think she's probably right. Silver will look better with the darkness. And again, don't forget, I am printing a poem. Oopsie. That I will put on the back of this. It's not 100% again, but you know what? That's the weather. I'm located in Boston, and the weather here in Boston is muggy. But then I spent the day with my grandson yesterday, and it was a bit cooler than it was here. It's not coming out as white, probably because some areas weren't dry, but I don't mind the gray either. The white is mixing with the black, the areas that it's not dry. Let's see what that gives us. I do want to make sure that these are completely dry before. Oh, there's the gray. I might go over it a little bit more with white. still coming out gray. But by the time we add the silver, it won't matter. Look at the difference between the ones that have been antiqued with white and the black. Look at this. And I think I will, as I said, I will do what Betty suggested because she likes the silver. And I need to dry this first. That way. Again, wiping off. And I also like the black showing up instead of the off-white. Although it's going to be covered in silver, I still prefer that. I'm going to use probably the silver wax, silver patina from Bosch Chalk. Okay. Hopefully these won't take too long to dry. In the meanwhile, I did pull out my gold, but not my silvers. Just give me a sec to pull out. Hopefully my silver from here. And this is going to sound crazy, but I can't find it. Great. So much for organization. I might have to go pull out a new one. Let me just try these, because I can't find any of my waxes and they're not in here. Nope. Oh, hold on, I found them. I have found them. That's pale gold. There's blue. I don't want blue. Copper. Pale gold. Oh, there's silver. So let's dry these because I just touched them and they're not dry. Let's dry it. Oh, 76 and raining. Wow. I'm so sorry. Hazel. Let's check it out. I might need a clean brush because this one's letting in a lot of see how that works. I should put some Betty, it's not showing up against the white. I'll still continue doing all of this, but it's not showing up. If I hadn't put white, it would have. Maybe if I try gold first, and then add the white, and then add the silver. I think I've just messed up my gold. Well, this gold is dead. Let's find another one. Or actually, let me just see what this would look like if I did this. Let's see. I did. Silver is not showing up. I think that maybe doing the gold first and then adding the silver details will be, oops, these are still not stuck. I think that's what we'll end up doing, because the silver is not showing up. I'll show you a close-up. And it's just looking like white. Let me try another one. No, it's not showing up the details. Now I think I'm going to do the gold first, and then And then do the silver on top. I don't think I like that. Let me see. And I just had the gold out. Let me see. That one's gold. Copper. Let's see if the pale gold works over the silver. And we'll leave it to dry for a bit. It's very subtle. Let me see if I can add a little bit of a black wax. Well, we're just playing with waxes, so, oops. No. Yeah, I think I'm going to do black and then silver. But I don't want to get rid of the white. I'll leave that alone for a little bit. Let me add a little bit more black here. I'm not liking any of them. I like the first one with the gold because there was let's see this. And I'm not going to wipe it back. And then I'll put the silver on it. me add some more black to this as well. I think the wax, Betty, may not work. I think the pigment would have worked, but I can't go over it now with the pigment because this is oil-based and the pigment is not. Don't want the wax carrying through. Let me see the silver now. I think I'm going to need another paintbrush. And I'm going to do it with this. Look at it. I don't know that I like it. I like this one. I like the effect that we've achieved with this one. But I can't remember. Unless we do this. And then I'll try the silver over it. But the silver in my eyes are not showing. Leave this for a bit. And then we'll go over it with silver. This has the black on it, so maybe. Let's see. And these take a while to dry, unless you wipe them down, which I wasn't planning on. Oops. Let these dry, and then we'll come back with the silver. This has got black on it as well. Look at my fingers. Aren't they great? And I wanted to keep everything clean. Well, in art, you can't keep next to the scissors. No. If you're talking about the gold, no. These are my contour liners. Well, we'll just do silver and gold, or gold and silver. Can't go wrong with that. And let's do this one. But I can still feel the black that I put on earlier. Very sticky. Keep that silver right now away from me. Black for here. And pale gold. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to, after I do the silver. But I want to clean my fingers because I don't want to touch the picture and mess it all up. Right now, this is what we have. So I'm going to go over it with some silver and then see what we have. But then this has to dry because right now it's got so much stuff on and I don't want to wipe it back. Maybe I'll wipe back a bit. I'll hold it up again in a second, Betty. This is the first 3 that I've done. It's good like that? Okay. So I'm just going to add silver and white back. I'm going to bring it, now that the whole thing is done, I'm going to put it back up here. Oops. And these aren't dry yet. And look, as opposed to so let's add some silver to all of these. just put it away. Oh, oh, oh. And I'm going to wait for these to dry because they are still yucky. Not yucky, but you know what I mean. And tomorrow we will put everything together. It doesn't make it pop on here. It makes it look very, unless I'm going blind. So that's how it's going to look. And it's very, okay, well that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad it does. Every time I touch, it's, a lot of it comes off. Don't forget how much stuff I've put on there. So I'll just finish these two and then leave them to dry. And I'm using the Posh Chalk Silver Patina. I love their silver patina. I love all their waxes. Okay, so let's... You know, maybe, Betty, I've stopped seeing things because I'm doing it repetitively. So maybe I'm not seeing things as clearly as you are. But we'll come back tomorrow, and it might be a short live. And we'll put these together. We'll shine them up again. And hopefully they'll all look somewhat the same. And we can see the black, we can see the gold, we can see the silver. And I'm very happy with that. Tomorrow we'll come back and we will attach the wood you bends. I'm going to put them here. I don't want to mess up here, but I don't know if I'm going to put contour liner. What's your thoughts on that? If anybody has thoughts, let me know. It'd be nice to put some sort of water here. I might put some glass to represent the water. Some clear white glass, I think I'll do that. Yep, and I'll see you all tomorrow, same time. I hope you can join me. And take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.